Patience is a key element of success. Success usually comes after a lot of trial and error and a lot of failures. Successful individuals are those who have the patience to stick through all the frustrating moments along the way. The belief that the world is getting worse, that we can't solve extreme poverty and disease, isn't just mistaken. It's harmful. Everyone needs a coach. It doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, a tennis player, a gymnast, or a bridge player. We can only improve so much on our own, which is why we need a coach or a mentor to help us. This is the best way to ensure you're continuing to live up to your full potential. Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, you are insulting yourself. We all have unique gifts and our own ways of contributing to the greater good. By trying to copy someone else, you're shortchanging yourself and depriving the world of all you have to offer. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. Bill Gates recognized that problems were really opportunities and ways to improve. And, in business, unhappy customers have the most to teach you about how you can improve your products and services. I can understand wanting to have millions of dollars. There's a certain freedom, meaningful freedom, that comes with that. But once you get much beyond that, I have to tell you, it's the same hamburger. Most people want to be wealthy, but past a certain point, money isn't going to increase your happiness or add more meaning to your life. That's why Gates continues to give away much of his wealth to charitable contributions. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of success, but success on its own has very little to teach you. It's important to pay attention to your failures and learn from them going forward. If you are born poor, it's not your mistake, but if you die poor, it's your mistake. To win big, you sometimes have to take big risks. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. I choose a lazy person to do a hard job. Because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it. If you can't make it good, at least make it look good. Focus: can you do world-class things, no matter how capable you are? We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. If your business is not on the internet, then your business will be out of business. I work hard because I love my work. People cannot become truly knowledgeable without being excellent readers. I am not in competition with anyone but myself. My goal is to improve myself continuously. Success today requires the agility and drive to constantly rethink, reinvigorate, react, and reinvent. I was lucky to be in the right place at the right time. But many others were also in the same place. The difference was that I took action. Leaders are those who empower others. I am not topper in my university, but all toppers are working in my Microsoft company. We always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. The most meaningful way to differentiate your company from your competition is to do an outstanding job with information. Bringing together the right information with the right people will dramatically improve a company's ability to develop and act on strategic business opportunities. I hope someday what people can do with their lives depends on their talents and how hard they are willing to work, rather than on where they happen to be born. If you believe that every life has equal value, it's revolting to learn that some lives are seen as worth saving and others are not. We said to ourselves, this can't be true. But if it is true, it deserves to be the priority of our giving. Even though I only have a high school degree, I'm a professional student. I have seen firsthand that agricultural science has enormous potential to increase the yields of small farmers and lift them out of hunger and poverty. People everywhere love Windows. Students deserve great teachers. And teachers deserve the support they need to become great. Drones overall will be more impactful than I think people recognize, and positive ways to help society. If you take from the most wealthy and give to the least wealthy, it's good. It starts to balance out. Vision without execution is daydreaming. Like a human being, a company has to have an internal communication mechanism, a nervous system, to coordinate its actions. The first rule of any technology used in a business is that automation applied to an efficient operation will magnify the efficiency. The second is that automation applied to an inefficient operation will magnify the inefficiency. 3D is a way of organizing things, particularly as we're getting much more media information on the computer, a lot more choices, a lot more navigation than we've ever had before. A first-generation fortune is the most likely to be given away, but once a fortune is inherited, it's less likely that a very high percentage will go back to society. I definitely think leaving kids massive amounts of money is not a favor to them. If you are low income in the United States, you have a higher chance of going to jail than getting a 4-year degree. I don't think you're as capable of handling lack of sleep or whatever challenges you throw at your body as you get older. However, I never missed a day of work. The power of capitalism to mediate the gap between rich and poor is pretty incredible. Indeed, I think, year by year, the gap gets less. I have been struck again and again by how important measurement is to improving the human condition. 2 years from now, spam will be solved. Our success has really been based on partnerships from the very beginning. If I was down to the last dollar of my marketing budget, I'd spend it on PR. I don't have a magic formula for prioritizing the world's problems. Creativity allows people to be effective. My success, part of it certainly, is that I have focused in on a few things. Humanity's greatest advances are not in its discoveries, but in how those discoveries are applied to reduce inequity. The world won't care about your self-esteem. The world will expect you to accomplish something before you feel good about yourself. I believe that with great wealth comes great responsibility, a responsibility to give back to society and a responsibility to see that those resources are put to work in the best possible way to help those most in need. How you gather, manage, and use information will determine whether you win or lose. Long-term vision and product strategy. Convert bad news to good news. The only definition by which America's best days are behind it is on a purely relative basis. Never before in history has innovation offered promise of so much to so many in so short a time. Treatment without prevention is simply unsustainable. The human body is the most complex system ever created. The more we learn about it, the more appreciation we have about what a rich system it is. I am results-oriented.